Happy Hunger Games Day! I am so tired. I didn't go to bed till late. My friend had a show, and so I went there. And I didn't go to bed till like 2 a.m. But it is the release of Hunger Games, the new Hunger Games book, Sunrise on the Reaping, and I am so tired. I already reserved my copy at the Barnes & Noble, and I have to volunteer this morning. I don't have to. I get to volunteer this morning at 10 a.m. It's like 10 to 12:30. And as soon as I'm done with that, we're picking up my book. I literally took the day off today. Like, yes, I'm still in bed, and I would like to stay in bed, but I can't. I need to get up. As soon as I'm done with volunteering, I'm taking my ass over to Barnes & Noble and picking up my copy, and I'm going to spend the entire day reading the book. That's the goal. That is what I plan to do today, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take you on this journey of the day of reading. So join me. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun day. It's literally just gonna be a day filled with reading. Okay, I'm a little bit more presentable now. I was definitely super tired like 10-15 minutes ago, but I'm out of bed, I'm dressed, I'm ready to volunteer. I'm picking up coffee from Dunkin' because I have apparently 900 points because I've been drinking Dunkin'. So I have points to buy a free drink, to get a free drink. So that's what I'm doing. My friend got me a Barnes & Noble gift card for my birthday, and literally I have been saving this gift card for this precise moment. My birthday was in December. It is March. Like I said, I have been saving this gift card for this precise moment where I could buy the Hunger Games book. So I'm just like packing up, getting my bag ready to go so I can get my coffee and I can head out. The thing that's crazy about this morning is that it is 31 degrees outside, which yesterday it was like 50, and then there was one day where the high was 60, and now we're back to 31, and then like the high today is going to be 50. So I'm gonna wear my winter coat this morning because it's 36 degrees and very cold. Feels like 31. And then by the time I get out of volunteering, by the time I'm at Barnes & Noble, it'll be like in the 50s. So that winter coat's gonna be like a little bit too heavy. So we just deal with it. We just deal with it, basically. Have you guys seen those like winter coats that I don't know if they have straps, but like I've seen people wear them, they look like backpacks. And I'm like, I need to get one of those, honestly. But I'm off 8:47. Yeah, I have a long walk to the train, and I'm gonna get my coffee, and I am going to, today's so exciting. I'm so excited. Like, I'm so excited. Last night when I was coming home on the train, I was coming home a little bit after midnight, and people were walking into the train cars with their Hunger Games book, and I was like, ah! Like, I literally asked this guy that was sitting across from me, I was like, oh my god, how was the event? Because the midnight release was last night at Union Square, and I didn't go because it was sold out, and I could have gone, but I didn't know when I would get out for my friend's show. I was asking him, I was like, how was the event? And he was like, oh, it was cute. They had little like like a scavenger hunt. They had little little stuff, little games. And I guess the editor of Scholastic for the book, the editor was there. That was really cool. So that's really cute. And I was kind of like, it was like 12:15, like the event ends quick, I guess. Like 12:40, I don't know. But I just thought it was so cute. Everybody's walking on the train with their books. I was like, that could have been me. But I told him, I was like, I'm going first thing in the morning. And technically it's not first thing in the morning, but it is today. And there was no way I was not gonna get this book today. Like, that was not gonna happen. So I need to start my day. We need it. I'm finally home. I feel like I have spent the whole day outside. Not even outside, like I've just volunteered this morning, and then I went to Barnes & Noble to pick up my book. Oh, I made a reservation for it at like 2 a.m. because I was like, I know they're gonna have enough, but I needed to reserve. You never know, because the girl was like, we've already sold like 30, but it would be dumb of Barnes & Noble to only have like 30 copies. So I got my book and I already started reading it. I'm like 5 pages in. I am so excited. I'm so excited. That's all I bought though. It's a special Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. It includes special content, which I don't know what that is. It must be a Q&A with Suzanne Collins, which that's exciting. Oh, her publisher, David Leviathan. That's cool. I forget that David Leviathan is also works in publishing, but I'm so happy to have this. I'm so happy right now. And then I also got food. The trip to get food though was like way more intense than it needed to be. Literally, like I got on the BQ I walked from the Barnes & Noble all the way down Atlantic to the Barclays Center to get the BQ because the place I went is Moe's Pastrami and it literally is off the BQ like Prospect Park stop, I guess. And that's like the other side of the stop that I normally take is the F. The F runs on one side of Prospect Park, the B and Q run on the other. So I had to like walk to Atlantic to get the BQ and go down. I get to Atlantic, there's delays on the train. Midday delays. Why? So needless to say, it took me forever to get to Moe's to get an amazing pastrami and brisket sandwich and fries and a drink and their Moe's sauce. And I am so happy. Like, I'm so happy right now. Today has been such a good day. Yesterday was such a good day. I watched 3 movies yesterday. I watched a documentary at Film Forum, and you know how I love Film Forum because I love their popcorn. And I watched a documentary called An Unfinished Film. I also took my license, my food protection test. We're just doing a catch up. I took my food protection test yesterday and I passed 96, baby. That's exciting because I studied for so long and I was like, I just want to be done with this. Now I have to take my fire guard test. So it's fine. I've passed the food protection. That's like 1 test down. That makes me happy. And then I went to a movie and then I went to another movie at my theater called The Actor, which I don't have opinions on that movie. I thought it was just fine. And then me and Juno went to watch Black Bag. And can I tell you, Black Bag was so good. Everything about it, the acting, everything. The only thing that I was annoyed about is I don't think it was lit very well, and I didn't necessarily love the like hazy kind of glow that the film had. Obviously it's intentional, but I was like, do I need my glasses? Like that's what it felt like. And then I went to my friend Alex's show and to watch her band perform, the Bum Babies, her and another girl, Anya. They have a band, and it was also to contribute and support to their lead singer G's top surgery. So that was super fun. And that was at Purgatory, and it was cool because I've seen the Bum Babies perform 3 times and I've seen my friend Alex do drag twice. So it's just like such a fun environment to be at Purgatory, and I always get lollipops, and yeah, good time. And I got home late, ordered my book, now I'm home. I just need to like relax, eat my food, chill. I literally took this day off because I volunteered in the morning and then I was like, I have to get this book today, and now she's mine, and I'm gonna eat and then I'm gonna spend a couple hours reading this book. I might see a movie tonight, but I don't know because I was out all day and I am a little tired, honestly, but I'm gonna watch White Lotus. I just started season 2 of White Lotus, and eat, and then we're gonna read. I'm filming this like really randomly at work because I'm reading Hunger Games and I just got to chapter 13. I'm not going to show any of it because I'm like freaking out right now, and I literally said the person's name and like I walked away from my Kindle because I was like, oh my god, this is not happening, because this is I think exactly what I wanted, and this is gonna be such horrible footage, but I don't care. I'm freaking out. This Hunger Games book is so good. I'll film more reaction because I'm on page like 182. I'll film more of a reaction when I get home. But like, I'm freaking out. I'm home. I feel like I haven't done like a proper update since I started the book because I have just been reading nonstop for the last like 2 days. Not even the day that I got it. The day that I got it, I was planning to read, but then I literally just ate too much food and zoned out on the couch for an evening because I never really have a day off to do like nothing. And like I said, I was gonna read, but then I just watched White Lotus. I watched the entirety of season 2 of White Lotus. So if anybody else is watching, like, season 2 like late like I am, let's talk about it. Also, we need to talk about this book. Okay, Monday and Tuesday were really, really good days. I feel like I did a lot of good stuff, and Tuesday is when this came out, but I didn't really start reading it till Wednesday, and today's Thursday, and I am on page 202 on my Kindle, at least 48% it says. I'm not exactly sure where the actual physical book is. It's probably like somewhere on my bed, but I got it on my Kindle also because it's just easier for me to read on here now. And oh, the book is there, I see it. The cameos in this book, I mean, it makes sense because we're at the 50th Hunger Games, okay? So think about, this is between, if you read Ballad of Snakes and whatever, Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes, that's like the first Hunger Games. And then you have Haymitch, and then you have Katniss. The 3 kind of like checkpoints that we've gotten in this universe. And the people that like show up are just like, I'm shook. Like, I was reading at Door, I filmed a little bit of that, and I was like, I need to go home right now because I need to finish. Like, I need to read this book. I need to read more. I need to finish. I don't work till late tomorrow, so I'm gonna read some tonight, and then I'm gonna probably, hopefully finish it tomorrow, fingers crossed, because this book is so good. How can she do it again? Like, at first I was like, okay, you know, it's a lot of buildup. Obviously, it's very much like the first one. Like, we get Haymitch in his, you know, District 12, and then him getting chosen. We already know, like, it's not a spoiler. We already know that he is in the 50th Hunger Games. We don't know how, but we know that he is in it, and we know that he has like you know, a lover girl, Lenore Dove, and the connections. And I do think that the order of this, like the order of her putting out each book, like makes sense. Like, you get Katniss, you know, you get the most recent Hunger Games. It's almost like we have a complete story now because you get the first Hunger Games, which is President Snow's book, which I still argue we don't necessarily need that. And then we get Katniss, which is like the end of the Hunger Games, which is like 70 something. So it's like, and then you get 50. So the connections are just amazing. I'm just like shook at every single person that I'm like, oh, the connection between that and the connection to the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and the like, I'm just like, and people we see in Hunger Games, like, it's just so good. It's time. I paid my bills. I updated my Google Cal. I took my laundry to drop off because I just do not have the energy to do my laundry, and I had the luxury this time of doing a drop off, so I did that. Finished my morning routine, so I'm feeling a little bit, I don't know, today blah. I kind of feel like this every day. It kind of sucks. I am enjoying reading this, and so it's now time to finish as much as possible before I have to go to work. I don't work till late, so hopefully, it says I only have 4 hours and 44 minutes left. I have to pick up my laundry around 5, and I have to go get the money for that, and then I have to leave around 6. I might need to leave a little bit earlier, I don't know, we'll see. To get to work by 7, it's gonna be a late night, and it was just fine. I feel like my weekend schedule is okay. It's gonna be like a late night, and then I have like a really small shift tomorrow, and then an opening shift Sunday. So I feel like my weekend will be good, and I actually have a lot of time to read like outside of work, which is good, but I need to get back on my routine of working on YouTube for 1 hour a day, as well as studying for the next test. Like, I passed my food examination test, my food protection test. Now I have to do my fire guard, which is a little less, in my opinion, a little less organized. Like, I just have to study. There's no like, there's literally no, like, you're not taking a practice test. You just study, and then you go the day that you're ready and apply and pay and take the test. So I don't know how long it's gonna take me to study. I'm gonna like maybe study for a week, and then like an hour a day for a week, maybe. I don't know, I just don't know. And then maybe take the test next week. I also have to pay for the test, so that's definitely not gonna happen until next week. So we'll see, but the goal right now is to finish as much of this as possible. I, again, only have, it says I only have 4 hours and 44 minutes left in the book. I'm 215 pages in. I'm actually a little more than 215 pages. I think I'm like 222, but I went back because I was falling asleep last night. Not that I don't remember, but I do know that we are about to start the games. Like, we are going into the games. I'm looking forward to it. Like, halfway through the book and we're finally getting to the games. So I'm ready to see what is gonna happen, because like I said, the cameos in this book are out of this world, amazing, and I'm just gonna spend this time like reading, because this is the one thing that brings me joy right now in my life, reading. And so I'm just gonna do that until I have to go to work. Nothing too crazy. Today has been the most stressful day, and I didn't even do anything. All I did was laundry, and I didn't even get a chance to read a lot of my book. I literally read, I don't even know, I read not that many pages. I think I'm like now one chapter ahead. Like, that's where I am. And but it's like my first shift as a manager at my job, so like it's my first training shift tonight, and this is the fit. I have worn a uniform for 5 years, okay? Well, for I think 5 years. And this is the first day that I don't have to wear my uniform anymore. And the attire is business casual. Girl, I have not worn business casual since I like worked in my other job in California, like in the corporate. So I was like, I don't have any business casual clothes. I did my laundry today. Literally, there's a stack over there. See that stack of, right there? That stack of thing? That's a stack of t-shirts. Those are band tees. Those are tees from all the concerts I went to last year. My Coheed and Cambria shirts, my sleep shirts. I have tees. I'm a jeans and t-shirt kind of gal, okay? And I wear my Converse all the time. So, business casual, like what? I have to get pants and shirts. Yeah, so I think in my other vlog we went shopping, and now I get to like wear those clothes, and I finally took them out of the bag. Isn't that sad? It took me 3 weeks to take them out of the bag. I hung them up and I was like, oh, I forgot that I had gotten pants and these shirts and whatnot. So I'm actually wearing the same outfit that I wore. I went to dinner like last weekend, I think, and last Sunday, and I wore the same kind of like thing, but I wore my Chucks instead. But today I'm gonna wear boots because I can't wear tennis shoes. But I want to buy some like all black Adidas, but like kind of like the ones with the white stripes, the black and white stripes. And then I obviously want the white and ones and the green ones. But yeah, so I'm just wearing like dress pants, and this top is like, I love this top. And I was like, should I wear it my first day? Because I'm technically going to work the Orpheum and then go to my manager training shift, which is basically to close the building. Like, I am gonna get there so late, probably like 8:30. By then I feel like we're like closing the building, basically. I was like, do I want to wear the vest on my first day? And I'm like, you know what? I asked my friend and he's like, just wear it. I'm like, okay, no, fuck it. Tomorrow I'm doing Q&As, so I have to see what I'm gonna wear. It'll be more chill tomorrow, I feel like, but I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna wear this my first day. I really want new boots. Like, I kind of hate these boots now because they're all old and raggedy, but I like the outfit. I don't like the shoes, but I don't have anything else to wear, so we're just gonna do that. And it's kind of windy and cold outside, so I'm so tired. I'm mentally exhausted, and now I get to go to work. The pains of having like a night job. I basically have a night job is what I've reconciled, but I need to get a move on the Hunger Games. I'm on chapter 17, and I think I was on like 16 when I started reading today, so haven't really made much progress. Good morning. It's Monday. This literally, I had told myself I was gonna finish this book in one day, and it is now Monday. I am on page 386, 93%. I'm almost done. My goal this morning, like I was like, okay, it's my day off. Finally, Mondays, as we know, day off. And it was my first weekend as manager, and I feel like it went really well. Like I got to dress cute, and I don't know, I feel like, you know, I think it's gonna be a learning process and things will arise and I will learn. But anyway, I'm almost done with this book. And I have a lot of thoughts, all good. I want to keep my thoughts to the end, but I'm gonna finish this and then we will discuss. I've always said that the victory tour is so fucked up. Like, oh my god. Because they do this in the original Hunger Games. Katniss and Peeta have to like go around to the other districts and basically are paraded around to the other districts. And it's like the other districts don't want to see the people that outlived the people from their district. Like, the capital is so fucked up. I read not an article, I think I mentioned this, but saying that the book is not for the faint of heart, and that is 1000% true. Like, this book is super brutal. Like, oh my god, wow. Hey Mitch, oh my god. It's like a party to celebrate what? A party to celebrate what? Oh, that your people from your district died, but like we won? Like what? Nobody wins in this. Everybody is losing in this situation. I need to watch the other Hunger Games again after this. I'm gonna do that because Haymitch in those seems very haunted, and like we know why. And I've always said, like, what happened to this man? Like, what has he seen? And Lord, he's seen a lot. But it says, like, you were capable of imagining a different future, and maybe it won't be realized today. Maybe not in our lifetime. Maybe it will take generations to end the Hunger Games. We're all part of a continuum. Does that make it pointless? You need someone different from me. No, Haymitch, we need someone exactly like you. Oh god, oh my god. I just made it to the epilogue. Bro, this is so sad. Oh my god. Hey Mitch. Oh, like I know this man. Oh god. Okay, stop. Okay, stop. Ah. I can't do this. Susan, you're crazy! Oh my god. Oh my god. Stop. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, stop. Okay. These are not real people. These are not real people. So I wanted to read the acknowledgements because I feel like for a series like this, like we've been with her for so long, we've been with Suzanne for so long, that she would say something about the readers, obviously. And she says, to my wonderful readers, thanks for once again returning to Panem and investing in these characters and their struggles, even when you know the eventual outcome. The snow may fall, but the sun also rises. And like, oh, stop it. These are not real people. These are not real people. This is ink on paper. These are not real people. Oh my god. And that concludes the 50th Hunger Games. That concludes Hunger Games. This is like, oh my god. 5 stars, 10 out of 10, 5, 10, 100 stars, everything. Oh my god. I feel like I need to compose myself before I even talk about the book. But I want to talk about it now. Okay, let's just talk about it now. All right, I just finished Sunrise on the Reaping. I'm crying. I'm, oh my god. I can't even compose myself. Suzanne Collins, she does something to make you love her characters. I think the thing about this book is like, we have only seen Haymitch in Hunger Games. So we've seen the aftermath of everything he's gone through, but we didn't know really anything that like he had gone through. Could always tell that, one, he drinks endlessly in the movies, okay, and the books. Like, he drinks endlessly. He's running away from something. He's trying to erase something. And I'm always like, he's so haunted by something. What is he running from? We find that out in Sunrise on the Reaping. I mean, as we know, Haymitch is in the 50th Hunger Games, and in that Hunger Games is the quarter quill, the second quarter quill. And in that Hunger Games, there were twice as many tributes, okay? So he somehow gets into the Hunger Games, unjustly, I will say, and now he has to fight to the death to win. And his plan isn't actually to win. Like, he doesn't think he'd be a good victor. I think he's just like, okay, well, this is my ticket is up, and I am going to do what I can to help other people like win or whatever. He has a lover, is it Love? Lenore, okay? And her name comes from the poem by Edgar Allan Poe, The Raven, which at the end of the book, it's interspersed in the aftermath of Haymitch and how he deals with like the end of the Hunger Games, and like how he deals with the aftermath of everything that happened. And now he lives obviously in the Victor's Village. And these are not spoilers because like, we know he wins. And if you've read or seen Hunger Games, like, you should know at this point. It's been years. It's been years. You've had time to catch up, okay? We've all had time to catch up. So I'm not saying that these are spoilers. There are things in the book that I won't talk about, and if I do talk about, I will put a little timestamp being like, okay, there are spoilers here, skip here. The poem, The Raven, is like so haunting, and it fits so well because he's haunted by the things that he saw in the Hunger Games. He's also haunted by, you know, okay, actually, spoilers here. I'm gonna put like, there are spoilers coming up. So if you don't, yeah, there are spoilers coming up. I'll make sure to put the timestamp of like when spoilers are over. So I want to be able to speak fully about the book without having to, you know, not say anything. So there are gonna be spoilers coming up for this book right now. So skip ahead or end the video if you don't want spoilers. Okay, so Haymitch is haunted by the death of Lenore, which is so fucked up, so fucked up, so fucked up. And so that poem, The Raven, you know, sometimes I skip over like the lyrics of the songs, but like, I was like, wait, I need to read this poem. So I was like reading the poem as the book is continuing. And it's like, this raven is like haunting this person in the poem. And he hears like a tapping and this and a knocking. And he's like, oh, there's no one there. It's just the wind and this and that. And like, that is exactly Haymitch. Like, he is being haunted by Lenore. He's like being haunted by the people that he had to take out in the Hunger Games, being haunted by the things that he saw in the Hunger Games. And it is insane. Like, he says, like, my dreams have seeped into my reality and he cannot escape them. And it's like, damn. And the greatest thing too, not the greatest thing, but the thing that I want to talk about so much, and again, this is a spoiler part, is Effie. Effie is in the book, and that makes me so happy. And the reason why is, I mentioned before, Effie is one of my favorite characters because I want to know more about her. Because I think we need an Effie book, like a full Effie book. So Effie's sister is part of Haymitch's like makeup team or whatever, his like prep team. And so her sister calls her in and is like, I have someone who can help us. We need clothes, this and that. Effie, in walks Effie, my doll, my love, Effie, okay? And the reason I'm so interested in Effie is because I feel like she genuinely thinks that she's doing the right thing, that she's genuinely doing something good. When we know, girl, get it together, this is not good, okay? And she's so clueless. And I've always wondered, now we know how she got to be the person that announces the Hunger Games, like announces the tributes and is like with them, with like Katniss and Peeta. We know why, because Haymitch is the one that suggests her, but like, she's still so freaking clueless. And it's not until you get to the second and third books of the Hunger Games that we still don't really find out much about her, but she's
thrown off because we don't see her for a lot of one of the books. Like we don't see her for a lot. They change a little bit in the movie, her trajectory, because she is with them in the movie, but in the books we actually don't see her for a big portion of, I think it's the third book. But when she comes back, like she's definitely changed. Like she's like, oh, I've seen a lot of things. So I think that like her disillusionment with the Capitol and all of that is starting to come down at the end of the Hunger Games. But in this, she's still like, we need to do this, we're doing the right thing. And she's so clueless. At the end of the books, or sorry, at the end of the movies, her and Haymitch share a kiss. And I never understood why, because I thought, why are they, I mean, yes, they spend a lot of time together, like in this, like in Katniss and Peeta's story, but like, why would they kiss? And I feel like it's out of, you know, it goes with whatever, they just kiss and it's like not a big deal. But reading this, that means that Effie is the only person that he has ever feels affection towards, maybe, after Lenore. And that is years after Lenore, because he says we mated for life. And I know that the kiss is not in the book, so it's very different, but I still always wondered like why she put that in. Effie and Haymitch are really close in the book, like in this book, because she's part of his team and she's like kind of becoming his handler in a way, and she handles the rest of the tributes, you know, up until Katniss and Peeta. And so her and Haymitch are like extremely close, and I just think that is like, that makes me so happy for some reason. And she's always like, today's gonna be a great day. Like she's so peppy, and it's not fake. I think it truly is her, but she's so clueless and just so like that we're doing the right thing. And I this is why I think we need her story, because I wonder why she's like that. Like what makes her so like have not such a non-rebellious spirit? Like she's doing this for the greater good is what she thinks. I just love that Effie is in the book. Like for Suzanne Collins to put Effie in this book, I think she knew that we needed to know more about Effie. And she also puts Katniss's parents in the book. And I had to go back and read some stuff, because you don't really know the name of Katniss's dad, but like I had to go back and read some stuff and be like, oh, that's Katniss's dad. And I had to look up like, oh, is this Katniss's mom? And I had to look up her name. And it is like, that is one of Haymitch's like best friends, Katniss's dad. Like the connections are beautiful. Like the connections are just, and then Lenore definitely related to fucking Lucy Gray, like for sure. So because she's a Covey, her last name's Baird. When an author thinks about these connections, to me, like also it makes sense now why she put out the President Snow story first. We still don't know what happened to Lucy Gray though, even though there's like theories about who she is. He even says in the book, he says, oh, I know your Dove. I bet I know your Dove. She's this and that and that. And you're like, and then in my brain I'm like, oh, because he's talking about his love for Lucy Gray. I do think President Snow is a bitter Betty. He's a bitter motherfucking Betty, as we know, because he lost Lucy Gray. Lucy Gray was like, girl, I'm good. Like, you're crazy, which he is. And I do think President Snow was gonna run away with Lucy Gray. Like, I do think he would have done that. And I do think it's interesting to think about, like, what if he did that? So I still think we're missing points for President Snow. But anyway, this book is not about him. We get now Haymitch's story, which is the midpoint, pretty much 50th Hunger Games. Brutal fucking Hunger Games, I'll say that. Brutal as fuck. And they don't shy away from that, the brutality in the book. He says in this book that he wanted to, you know, he said like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like he wanted to check out from life because he had lost everything at that point. But then he says, I had to take care of my family. And when he says my family, he's referring to Katniss and Peeta and Effie, and like, oh, I feel like the day Katniss volunteered for Hunger Games was probably like one of his like worst nightmares. And like, it's so interesting, you know, we think that like maybe he's not like really knows them that well. He knows her dad, he knows their family, he knows Astrid. Like, granted, Astrid doesn't like him obviously because he fucking threw a rock at her and like hit her in the face, but Haymitch is hurting. The death of Lenore is insane, because you think, oh my god, they get to be together again. Like, no, they don't. And that is heartbreaking and devastating. And I think at that point, he's just like, I'm fucking done. Like, I'm done. At that point, he's like, I am done. I'm done with all of this. the Hunger Games. He's like, President Snow will never let me be happy. And I think, like I said, President Snow is a bitter Betty, so he doesn't want anybody to be happy or to have love. Also, Haymitch is a little bit of a rebel. He's trying to take them down. President Snow doesn't like people rebelling against him, which is why he also doesn't like Katniss. I think this is like kind of tied, this book kind of tied everything together, which means I don't know if we're gonna get another Hunger Games book. I don't know if we're gonna get another book in the world, but we have a movie next year, so that will be fun. And the thing is, they already announced it, meaning I know Suzanne is gonna probably be like involved. Like, she's definitely gonna be involved. She's always involved. She wrote the screenplays for Hunger Games, which is why I'm convinced the movies are so good. Like, I don't know if anybody believes me, but they're good because she wrote the screenplays. This has been so long, but I am, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. So good. The connections, the way she tied everything together, and we get Effie again. We get Effie again. The only thing I would want now after this is an Effie book, and I think I would be complete. I don't think that her book would be after Haymitch's book. I think if we get an Effie story, it would be slotted pretty much like it would take place between something and something. So I think that her book would actually need to take place after Songbirds About, like Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes or whatever. And then also like her epilogue would probably be, I actually think that her book should be after, no, the President Snow story. I think it would take place like maybe, definitely before Haymitch's story though. Because I want to know what she's doing before she comes in to meet Haymitch. So like it would need to be that, and then it would overlap with Haymitch's story a little bit. And then I do think I would want a little bit of her with like Katniss and Peeta, like that time, and how everything happens after, because I want to see kind of her vision of the Capitol break down and like what she thinks about them, and if her ideas about thinking that we're doing this for the greater good start to crumble. Like, I would love to see that span of time, like her from the beginning announced like how she gets to be who she is, and how she deals with mentally like having to, like, her relationship with Haymitch and like the tributes, because there's obviously more tributes, and she's been doing this since Haymitch's games, so that's at least 25, because I think Katniss is what, 75th, 74, 73, like 70s, I think, because they don't get to the 100th, but they do get to the second quarter quill, so they get to 75. Yeah, because they bring back old tributes. So I feel like it would need to, I would need to see her, I would want to see her, like, her ideas about the Capitol breaking down. It would be a story about someone who thinks they're doing something for the greater good, and having all of the things that they believe basically shattered. And I think that would be an interesting story. So that's my pitch for the Effie Trinket story, and I still need one. That's that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Like, I need to wrap it up because I've been filming for like 30 minutes. I've been speaking for 30 minutes just about this book alone. 10 out of 10. Go read this. Go read Hunger Games if you haven't read Hunger Games. That's my take. Go read Hunger Games if you haven't read Hunger Games. That's it. I think they're fantastic books. I think the series is amazing. We are blessed. I'm blessed to live in a time that the Hunger Games is a book. That makes me very happy. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the Hunger Games. If you made it this far in the video, thank you. Thank you so much. And like, please, let's talk about Hunger Games. Message me, comment. I don't even care. I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok. Like, message me, because I want to talk about this with somebody, like, in depth. And I hope you enjoyed this video, enjoyed my reactions, and thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. And until my next video, until next time, until next year when we watch the movie together. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Until next time. Bye.